Hello, you sinners and saints. It's Pastor Tom talking at you, the MotorSage. Now, any of you who keep up with the goings on in this wide world know that life is getting a lot tougher, a whole lot tougher for a lot of people. So rough is the ride that many persons argue about which politician or political party or social ministry is good enough to pull us out of this old swamp. But this is not the first time we've wondered about such stuff. Check with me at MotorSage Musings to hear our thoughts on the matter. Did you ever notice that human societies use a sliding scale based on money to measure somebody's station in life? I remember a farmer who drove a Chevy pickup loaded down with vegetables to the market every Saturday. He went there to sell his produce. One day he showed up with a brand new GMC pickup. Immediately his business dropped way off, even though the GMC is simply a Chevy with squirrels attached to it. People said he was now too uppity. They couldn't deal with him anymore. That's an odd reaction, but the scale works, and it works from top to bottom. For example, we find that our society is always looking for a person or group that will improve government and take us out of the political swamp. Some want to enlist past leaders. We often choose those popular with the military or flirt with them that are powerful with economic forces that make society bow to their particular will. Others want to call up new leaders in the church or state that have been working in lower offices. Still others hang tightly to their misplaced faith in the long time installed power structures. Now we as judges of character have made terrible mistakes in trying to make progress. Just consider our past. Think back to leaders like Fidel Castro, Duvalier, Pol Pot, Stalin, Hitler, Nero, and other maniacs like him who have become popular and rose to worldly power by using suspicious or murderous ways back in older days. Remember that there was a second-rate king of a conquered province of Rome who thought he could find status beyond challenge or judgment. His name is in the Bible. It was Herod. Herod, as the so-called king of Israel, was just a wannabe puppet of the Roman government. We need to consider what happened to anyone who challenged his authority. They quickly bought the farm. And that day, that someone named John was one of them. He was known by his listeners as the Baptizer. John challenged Herod, much like those who stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. He was arrested and put into jail. John apparently, after his arrest, had his moments of doubt. Just like many of us do today when John heard in prison about the deeds of Jesus, who was his cousin, and who many said was the Christ, the Savior. John doubted, but he sent out word. John asked, Are you he who is to come, or shall we look for another? Was he looking for someone beyond criticism? He was looking for someone who was God sent. What are the signs, Jesus asked? The blind receive their sight and the lame walk. Lepers get cleansed and the deaf hear. The dead are raised and the poor have good news preached to them. Blessed are any who take no offense at me. Now, in that answer given by Jesus, we learn that whoever and whatever we think are the signs of a great leader, God works using a different measurement system. He doesn't care what kind of truck we drive. Born into this world way back then, Jesus, God's only true Son, grew up in this jealous world. As an adult, he made people really see. He cleaned some people's ears and improved their vision so they could hear and see the truth. And he was the truth. He raised up those who were dead in sin and heart, and helped the poor, even those who were unjustly accused. They were given good news. Those things are real proof of the true leadership. Think with your hearts and minds. Real leaders of this world today are people who have faith in the works of John and Jesus and live working in the world using that belief. All who look elsewhere to set things right in this messy market are most certainly victims of deception. I'm telling you right now, think about these things as we organize again to celebrate the birth of Jesus, the one who was born of Mary, who was crucified by Pontius Pilate and died and was resurrected by the Father as the King of Kings.